now, live from London, the Captain Surprise News with Matthew Edwards.
Good evening and welcome to the 6 o'clock news. So sit down and pay attention, you peasants. Now tonight on Captain Surprise, Portugal has actually declared war on Russia and China. Furthermore, London has lost the 2012 Olympics. And everyone's favourite pastime, groping, is on the rise. But first, I'd like to note, Mary Whitemouse has rose from the grave today and filed a complaint with the BBC over the news coverage of her death. But the joyous occasion turned into tragedy when she bit off the arm of a BBC technician. Our thoughts go with his family tonight. More of our top stories now has just emerged that Portugal has declared war on Japan. Excuse me. China and Russia. I mean, what the fuck were they thinking? I mean, Portugal, there's no stand a chance. Not at all. In other news, London has lost the 2012 Olympics, as mentioned earlier. The government announces axing the 2012 Games so the money can go towards fixing broken Britain. Those are the words of Deputy Prime Minister Nick Clegg tonight, twat, after the release of the latest budget report. Now, Alex Jones is in Downing Street for us tonight.
Thank you, Matthew. It's true. Nick Clegg announced this afternoon that the 2012 Olympic Games in London have been transferred out of Britain to Taiwan due to budgeting constraints. Back to the studio.
We're on. In other news, finally a report today states groping is on the increase, would you imagine? That's a result of the latest Captain's Prize survey, which found that 1 in 3 people have suffered a groping attack sometime in the last week. We now cross live to Gosainon to hear first-hand information from the victims.
So, Derek, you were the victim of a copious amount of public gropage. Can you tell us what it was like?
Well, it was just horrible. I never felt so violated in my life. It's horrible.
I bet you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Alex. Now we're off to a top weather presenter, Christian Simons now.
The Captain Surprise Weather Report in association with the Russian government.
Thanks. Now, we have a cold front moving in that's going to change the weather dramatically. And any rain we do have will go up on the scale. From drizzle to raining cats and dogs. That's all from me. Back to the studio.
The Captain Surprise Weather Report in association with the Russian government.
This just in, it appears a hurricane named Mohammed, okay, and surprised the locals on the Isle of Man only 15 minutes ago. Devastation is said to be rife on the island. I really can't see it happening, there's nothing there. Now we go to live to a reporter on the island.
Thanks. Well, as you can see behind me, the Isle of Man has been completely destroyed by Hurricane Mohammed. It's really just a shame that no one really gives a shit. It is just the Isle of Man, after all. So on that note, back to the studio.
Very true. To be honest with you, I'm not going to show how the Isle of Man got onto the news, frankly. Well, that's it from us today. If you have a story that you think we should cover, then frankly, keep it to yourself. And if you've been affected by any of tonight's items, then grow up, you big ninny.